Hi, Donna Galinsky, your Lake Norman Realtor with Alan Tate. Thank you for joining me for episode 29 of Talk About It Tuesday. Today we're going to head over to the Alan Tate office and talk to Blake Honeycutt about all things insurance. So stay tuned. There'll be some good information coming your way. Thank you for joining me for episode 29 of Talk About It Tuesday. Today I'm here with Blake Honeycutt, an Alan Tate insurance specialist, and we're going to talk a little bit of insurance needs. So, you want to give a little bit of your background?
Sure. Just I've been here in the Charlotte Cornelius area for about 14 years. Been in insurance for about 17 years. I started at Allstate with my father, but just live here now. Moved to Cornelius recently.
I know, that's exciting.
Of course, I cover Davidson, Cornelius, those areas for our Alan Tate companies, but just loving it here. So thanks for having me.
Anytime. And if somebody didn't buy their house with Alan Tate or mortgage Alan Tate, they can still contact you for their insurance
Of course,
needs.
yeah. Well, we can work with anybody. We're a broker, so I always tell people I am still the person you talk to. I'm the agent on it, but we can shop it with different carriers because different people fit within the different companies' puzzle, so to speak. There are some companies that want certain household compositions, some that don't. So it's good to shop everybody.
Yeah. And you need homeowners insurance when you buy a house.
Exactly.
And there's different insurances, like your coverage for a single family versus a townhouse versus a condo. They're all a little bit different from each other?
They are. They're all going to have your guaranteed replacement cost on your structure. On the homeowners market, standalone stick-built homes, you'll have your HO3, which is your standard basic, the basic car, the base model.
Right.
That's going to give you everything you need, just a little bit less on your personal property and things of that nature. Then you have your HE7, which is insurance lingo for loaded. It's your loaded car. It's got everything you need, guaranteed replacement cost, additional coverage for items like jewelry, personal property, loss of use, which basically loss of use is important. People don't look at it, but if your house burns down and you have a mortgage, your lender still wants their payments, whether your house is there or not. So the loss of use kicks in and pays for you to live somewhere else.
Okay.
And you and your family to go somewhere while they're rebuilding your house. So then last but not least, you have your townhome policy, which plays a big role here in Cornelius and Davidson. There are a lot of townhomes. People have secondary lake places. They retire at the lake. You just want to make sure to check your covenants and declarations of where you're buying and to make sure to see, do they cover the whole building? If they do, then you can do a HO6 condo policy with just the doors, windows, and your contents. If they don't, you need to figure out, do I need to cover my drywall, my flooring, my cabinets, which is very important, and your insurance person will do that, so don't worry, and your realtors will look too, but just make sure you're getting the right thing.
And being here that we're on the lake, is flood insurance a thing that's needed?
You would always want to check with your insurance agent or your lender first to make sure they can run a flood report to make sure that you are not or are in a flood zone.
Okay.
Oddly enough, most people on the lake are not. It's most the people south of us down below the dam. But if you are in a flood zone, then yes, you need to get flood insurance, and there are some steps to take to where it's not a scary process and it's not bad.
And riders, what kind of riders do you need on a policy? I'm assuming jewelry riders are important.
Jewelry is important. The jewelry riders, and the big thing on jewelry is that the base policy, the base car we were talking about earlier, is $1,500 per item for theft. So if someone comes in and steals your ring or your watch or something like that, and it's a $10,000 item, all they're going to give you back is $1,500 unless you have it scheduled. All you do is you get an appraisal, you insure it for the value that is worth. Good example, I will tell you the example. We had a woman who was helping a child in the lake that was just kind of flailing and struggling to swim, and throughout the process, the kid was fine. They brought him out of the lake, and next thing she knew, her ring was gone. So they went down to look for the ring, could not find it. She had paid the additional, roughly, let's say $150 a year to have $15,000 in coverage for this ring. So when they couldn't find it, she had zero deductible. They sent her a check for $15,000. You cannot replace the sentimental value of it, but you can replace the value. If she would not have had that coverage, she would have got a check for $1,500 instead of $15,000. So it's just good to know. Some people say, I don't have jewelry, that's good. But it's just better for your insurance agent to tell you that and you tell them no than to find out the hard way.
Now, does the appraisal need to be a current appraisal?
It needs to be, it depends on the insurance company.
Okay.
We have some that'll go back they don't care when, some want it within 5 years, but I would always say that you want it current just to make sure you're getting the correct value,
True.
especially if your pieces are going up in value.
True. And how about umbrella policies?
Umbrella policies, unless, other than those of us that have young children at home, the umbrella policy, in my opinion, is the most important policy you can buy if you have assets. And if you're in the home market, you have an asset right there.
Right.
Probably most people's biggest asset. But yes, the umbrella policy essentially puts $1 million umbrella over everything you have for liability, and it goes in increments of $1 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
But a good example is it gives an attorney some of the ammo they need to go negotiate. Let's say I T-bone you and you're hurt really bad and you sue me, and they say, okay, Blake, Donna's suing you for, $800,000 or $1.5 million. My attorney says, okay, well, Blake's got an umbrella. Plus he's got the $500,000 on his homeowners and he's got the $500,000 on his auto. So, all right, Donna, here's $1.5 million. Let's settle outside of court, and all of my assets are protected.
And what else do people out there need to know in the insurance world?
There's some things out there new. Right now, there's a mechanical breakdown endorsement, equipment breakdown that some people will see.
I've actually used that on my policy, and it came in very handy when I had a $1,000 repair.
Yes. So what it does, essentially, it is like a glorified home warranty with a $500 deductible. It covers everything in your house that uses electricity, which you said you've used it, and or gas power. So your HVAC system, garage door openers, appliances, pool systems, that stuff. If it breaks mechanically, there's a piece in it that breaks, it is covered with a $500 deductible, as opposed to a home warranty, which is $500 or $600 a year, and then you have your trade fee, which is their word for deductible. Both are okay, but this one is kind of more for my budget. I call it the budget breakers. And so for me, I would rather have that on my policy and be saving my warranty money. But if you want both, it's not bad to have your warranty in year one and just keep that. But it's $25 a year. And it's only select carriers, so don't go out there and say, why didn't my insurance agent give me this? Because some companies don't have it yet.
I know when I had a home warranty and I had this coverage as well. And when my air conditioning broke, I called the home warranty company. And when I called the vendor that they recommended, all I got was a machine and no phone call back. When I went and got my own vendor, took care of it the next day, and Central gave me the check. And it was just so much easier that I have canceled my home warranty.
Yeah, and I did the same thing. And this is nothing against home warranty. We all love home warranties. Sometimes home buyers just want to feel that they had that for year one for the little smaller things that go wrong. So that's a big deal. And there's one more. There's another thing that's called service line coverage that's new, which you have as well. It will cover all of your sewer lines, gas lines, power lines, anything coming into your home. So from your house to your driveway or to the end of your property line, that's covered to where usually it is not. So if you say that my gas line's leaking, or I see my front yard's got unusually green grass in a certain area, that's a new too. And again, both of those are depending on which carrier you're with. So it's not that if you don't have it out there that your insurance agent didn't give it to you, they might not have it yet.
Right.
It's very, very new.
So very good insurance information that probably people didn't know all this.
Yeah, it's good to know. And then I'll tell you, and Donna will tell you too, but when you're looking for homes, and you're using Donna, then just make sure some of the things to look for real fast for insurance that you want to know up front, or do you see trees hanging over the roof? You want to make sure that that's taken care of. If you're buying a house with a pool, make sure it has a fence that can be locked. Preferably, it does not have a diving board or a slide. 3, make sure all of your homes if they have stairways and decks, make sure they have railings attached and things like that, because you just don't want your insurance company to come back 2 months later and say, well, now you have to do this, and this, or we're canceling you. So that's good things to look for. And then on older homes, you just want to make sure you can try to find out how old is the roof, how old is the HVAC, and have they done any work to it. All of those things will help your premium. The newer, the better.
All right.
So.
Thank you.
But,
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
And the information. And thank you for joining us. And I will see you again next week. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you.